Hi, this is Amara, your spiritual tour guide. Welcome to today. I hope you are enjoying your day fully. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what it means to be a healer. So, if you think you might be a healer, you probably are, because I kind of think everybody is in their own way. Some of the signs of being a healer is that you might have gone through a healing crisis at some point where you had a trauma or an illness or some kind of challenge, physical challenge that you had to heal. It might be psychological, it might be physical, because when you, in the shamanic tradition, it's called the wounded foot. When you are called to healing, to a healing practice, you often have to overcome some kind of big issue. And the wounded foot is a story about how a healer, shaman had to deal with having their foot mangled and then learning to heal that. So we all have some kind of wounded foot thing in our past, from a childhood trauma to an illness to a loss. Those are things that might prompt us to become healers. And then in the lifelong journey that follows, we have to learn how to heal our own trauma, whatever that is, in order to be of service to other people. And sometimes being in service to other people doesn't even require you to heal other people, because healing ourselves in an as above, so below kind of way, the more whole and healed you are yourself, the more that radiates outwards to all those around you, into the world. So becoming more whole, becoming the cell of the universe that is more healed, more whole, more holy, which of course we already are, but we have these layers of disbelief or of illusion that cloak that wholeness. And so we have to peel that away to find the wholeness. Sometimes that's an arduous process, and sometimes that's just a, oh, I'm healed kind of process, miraculous healing. So I certainly hope for all of you miraculous healing, because that is certainly, flipping a switch and being healed is a life of ease and peace. So for me, I've had a couple of these kinds of healing crises. So back when I was 23, my mother died, and I felt like I had lost a piece of myself. And so putting that back together throughout my 20s was part of my healing practice. And it led me to be acquainted with the idea of shamanism, because a friend of mine took me to a shaman for a healing. And that was an amazing integrative experience. And I went, oh, I want to learn how to do that. So I went to school and learned how to do that. And so I started practicing shamanism. And then in 2008, when my son was 5, I got Lyme disease, or I think I got Lyme disease. And I took antibiotics right away, and I never got better. I was in pain, I had brain fog, all kinds of stuff was happening with my body. And there was one day that my son sat on my legs at 5, so he was small, and my legs hurt for 3 days. And I thought, oh my God, I have cancer. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I was diagnosed eventually with fibromyalgia, which at this point I think means we don't really know what's wrong with you, so we're going to call it this. And it seems like these symptoms are all kind of similar. I'm not a big fan of the diagnosis, because sometimes there's protocol to heal that way, but especially with autoimmune diseases, it doesn't seem to really help to know what's wrong with you. And then you're like looking for all the clues to why you're sick. So for me, I started getting better when I stopped looking for clues to being sick and started looking for clues to being well. I did a bunch of nutritional things, which definitely helped. But I had this absolute belief that I was going to get well, that I was not a sick person. And at this point, I do not tell people that I have fibromyalgia. I don't know that I believe that I have fibromyalgia, not to put anyone down if that's where you are and you were diagnosed with some autoimmune disease or something else, and that's where you are in your healing journey, then I bless you, because that's where you are. For me, the evolution was, I needed to stop calling it that for myself, and everybody's different, in order to stop seeing myself as a sick person. And I don't see myself as a sick person. Sometimes I have symptoms of this thing, but I don't all the time. And they could also be symptoms of, being in my 50s or whatever, overdoing it. So I try not to like attach a meaning to illness. So if you are feeling like this is your journey, that you're a healer, a Reiki person, a massage therapist, a nurse, so whatever you feel like is your mode of healing, then you probably have some things to heal yourself. And those are great crucibles or experiment beakers to practice your healing wares, because they say, healer, heal thyself. We have to kind of figure out how that works for us, may not work for other people, and the process of doing that heals the world. So I love you, and I hope that this was interesting for you. If it was, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, like the video. Thank you, and I will see you soon.